welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 2 of our Crash Pandas one-shot, so make sure you've listened to the first part before continuing on with this episode. To briefly recap, Bex, Carina, Jess, Jackie and Rosie are playing a ragtag bunch of street racing raccoons with varying levels of experience and tragic backstories to boot. They have come together to take part in the annual Drive and Dash tournament and see who can claim the title of the fastest driver in the world. Not only would such a title make them stand out in the racing raccoon community, they will also lay claim to the ultimate prize, a really, really shiny object. With no end of various obstacles on the track, the raccoons will have to use all of their alacrity, chutzpah, ferociousness and rotundity to work together and finish the race in first place. Remember, whenever a raccoon is doing any action that isn't driving a car, they must roll a d6 equivalent to the relevant stat when they attempt a task. If the action ties into that raccoon's origin story, they get to add an additional d6 to their roll. If the action then ties into their central conflict in that origin story, they get to add another d6. Each dice that shows 4 or more is a success. Simple tasks need only 1 success, whereas more difficult ones may need 2 or 3. If a raccoon rolls more successes than they need, they are free to narrate the cool stuff they do whilst they succeed. All the raccoons must work together simultaneously to drive a car. To do this, raccoons will choose an action by secretly setting a d6 to a number of their choice. They can't, however, confer with their fellow raccoon drivers whilst doing this. On a count of 3, the raccoons reveal their choices all at once, and then actions are resolved in order from lowest to highest. 1 is brake, so -1 to speed. 2 is turn left about 30 degrees. 3 is turn right about 30 degrees. 4 is use an item. 5 is accelerate, so +1 to speed. And finally, 6, action, a miscellaneous action that doesn't relate to any of the previous 5. The speed of the car always starts at 0, and at the end of each round, the GM roll d6s equivalent to that speed. For each dice that shows a 1, the car will take 1 point of damage. If the car takes 10 points of damage, it stops and cannot start again until the raccoons fix it or find some other means of winning the race. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. And with all that out of the way, let's get back to Crash Pandas. So, next bit we're going to do...
What, and you're just in the cardboard?
We're just on a cardboard box.
Are you stationary? So we're going to smooth this a little bit here because you guys are still...
We're not moving.
No, you're not moving.
We're just in a box on a go fast as...
Wait, where are the rest of the cars gone?
I'm about to show you.
Oh, I thought they'd got too far ahead.
I think they have got too far ahead.
They are quite far
You're
ahead.
bloody useless. How are we ever going to win this race, man?
I tried to turn left, I was just hanging outside a car, so it didn't work.
What you see, again, from turning around the corner, you see the converter car. Again, still sort of struggling, but it's sort of trying to make the inside line of the left. Yes, this is a scientist. And the corgis have streamed ahead, but they're still in sight. You guys can see this as well. Coming down the track, Roxy and Roxy, you see this. Looks like a tow truck with the broken down Arkansas Chug-a-Lug. It's just one guy driving it, trying slowly making it. Probably it's going to stop at the substation. So you see that happening just there. All right, we need you guys to make a decision. What are you guys doing? Remember, those who are outside the car cannot affect the car currently. So you might be limited in what you're doing.
Not to win. To win, do we need to get them back?
No, your car has to win.
That's sweet.
But it doesn't matter who's in it.
Well, that's the leader.
Or really the car.
One of you needs to be in
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. Has she now fallen? Sorry, has he now fallen off?
We are
You are still on the car.
I have a great plan, don't worry.
I don't like that. All right, 3.
No, I don't have a duck.
Wait, I've forgotten which way's right and which way's left.
Take that one. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 2 3s, 1 4, 2 and a 6. All right, so we'll go with the 2, which is.
Where's the 2?
Wait, what? Oh no, I have a 6.
Oh, sorry, right. Yeah, take any dice that is not yours out of the thing. Sorry, I keep looking at other people's dice. Sorry. That's okay, sorry. I mean, so you got 3s. 2 people turning right. Okay. So they managed to, like, almost like, what's it called? In, like, Fast and Furious, where they just skim round the corner.
we are second experienced.
And you are... Sorry, and I forgot to roll as well. Sorry. So I'll roll again after this one for the damage. So we've got 2 3s, that's done 4. So what are you doing, Rocky?
I'm hoping that truck's pretty close to us.
It's gaining speed. It says
I can launch some red paint at it. Yes. Because it covers their windscreen.
Yeah.
In theory.
Roll me a chutzpah roll then.
Not if it's green. Oh, for God's sake.
Does it at least get their attention enough to stop?
It splatters there.
Yeah, it splatters the stuff in front of them, and the car stops, and the sort of man goes, oh, there's fucking raccoons on the thing.
I'm in a disguise. I have a beard and
there's an old man and a raccoon in a box on the track.
Help me, this raccoon's attacking me.
What's that old man doing to that raccoon?
Oh, it's terrible. So that's 4, and then
Terence, you've got me
6, and so you were 6 as well, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay, but we'll do Jackie first. What
My fur is on fire, correct?
Yes, your fur is on fire.
I'm going to use my on fire fur to light her rocket that she left on the roof of the car.
Oh, fantastic.
Where are you aiming it at?
Well, it's just an off rocket, right? It's just
straight up.
It's just a forward.
Okay.
Oh, you're using it as a weapon.
Sorry, roll me a chutzpah roll as well, because you're trying to... Well, no, actually, you are going at speed, so I'll say alacrity instead. Sorry, it's just trying to make sure I use all these properly. It's not really rotundity, is it?
Oh, did not go well.
Oh. It's a very old rocket. You don't know how long it's been in that glove for.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, still going speed. And then Roxy.
Shout.
Right, now slow down, Roxy. I chucked paint in their direction. You need to get in
Rosie,
that car.
look cute.
Is it just one guy?
It seems to be one guy.
Attack him. Just
Is
attack
he
him.
still inside the truck, or is he got
He's sort of looked out.
and it stopped
But you can't...
completely?
Got the windows down.
Yeah, the window's down.
Launch at him. Launch at him now. I'll throw you.
You've had your go.
I can't throw you.
You throwed your paint.
Alright, did not go well.
Alright,
What are you
so
doing?
I run at full speed.
Yep.
Like, and jump into the truck,
Excellent.
bitch slap the man around the face, knock him out,
Perfect.
and I step on the gas.
Alright.
You!
Won't be able to step on the gas.
I like,
Fuck you,
because
man.
my legs aren't long enough.
But wait, isn't the paint like splattered here? So wouldn't the car like?
It's only some paint.
It's,
Yeah,
I would say for now that the car has stopped, because obviously it's like, what the fuck was that? You know, something going in the road. But you can make it in and try and attack him.
Okay,
That's what I would
fine,
say.
then
It's
make
just
it
because it's
in.
like
I try and attack
driving.
him, and Rocky, I never tried to leave.
Ferocious-
You don't look at me like that.
Ferociousness roll for me then, please.
Okay.
That's a 4. And is it connected to your backstory at all? Does that help you at all? No, that's okay. Hold on. You wrote a whole essay there, Rosie. There must be something.
When you're in a high jumping from cardboard box to cardboard box.
You left that trauma very nice and specific. You could make that work in.
You've never liked tow trucks.
I haven't, and I'm having flashbacks to some
You
deep,
are.
repressed moments
Well-
that I don't like to talk about.
Well, I did-
But my mother was killed by a man in a tow truck.
I thought you were going to say was a tow truck right there.
She broke down. The man came to
Oh, I don't want to hear this
tow
story.
her.
Wait, your mum broke. Right, okay.
Oh no.
So she wasn't run over.
No, she was just waiting for her car to be fixed, and a man came, and she was
killed her
perfectly
instead.
defenseless.
No, I like the idea.
Murdered her in cold blood.
Using the
And ever since, I've had a vendetta against tow truck drivers.
Excellent. Well, I like the idea that as well that she used to be a streetcar driver and she just was stopped
Yes,
for a
that's
moment,
what-
and then
that
as
is
they
what I said.
were towing her car away, he ran her over.
Why
That's
though?
it.
Yes, because he was jealous of her success, Karina.
Because
And
he
also
could only
because-
drive tow trucks and not
Yeah.
race
What I'd
cars.
say, so it is connected to your backstory,
Yes,
and it is,
obviously very clearly.
and I'd say as well, it sort of gives you
Does he actually?
as well, so you get another dice with that as well.
Great.
You went so German. Does he actually?
Wait, so I get 6 dice?
So you've got 4 velocity,
Yes.
and then you get 1 for your central for your story, and 1 for your central conflict as well.
So not.
So,
Let's go ferocious Roxy.
Oh,
Come on, you've got 6 dice. There's no way you can fail.
don't say that.
Let's go.
So, Mama.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, so bad.
1, 2. So you get 2 successes. That's exactly what you needed. Somehow,
God.
in the red mist of the paint on the ground or anything like, you see this truck driver and you're like, you. And you just sort of go into almost like Bane mode and rush across, and then you just tear at this guy. He does not like it. He's gone. He's literally out of the truck away, and you have this tow truck all to yourself.
Great.
Have you left?
Not leave me.
Did you leave Rocky behind?
I just got the guy to stop by chucking red paint in affection in his direction.
All right.
I have been this
I need to
entire
borrow
time.
some
Talk about Rocky
dice.
that way.
Damage is coming.
Damage is coming. We're on 7.
Damage is coming.
Damage is coming. So I'll just borrow this. Oh, sorry. Backwards she goes. You take another 1 point of damage. It's time.
That's fine.
You've only got 2 health left, so you might need to look at that at some point.
I feel like in the tow truck there should be some duct tape we can use. So.
You've pissed off without us, so fuck if you think you're
We're really
using
not
it.
that far ahead of you.
So yeah, this time the car is starting to wildly sort of spin out of control. Riri, you're now taking control of the steering wheel, but it's like, you know, you're just going one way and then going another. But you are at 7 speed, so you managed to careen down this side, down the inside track.
Smashed it, Rory.
But at the same time, these two are sort of going around. The professor, let's see, is it working? Does get it working. Suddenly, the green car lifts up and it's clearly on some sort of
He's
suspenders.
got a
and
rocket!
You guys make me laugh. And he's sort of like suspended, I'd say. We're gonna have to use this one. Like that. And so
my
he
God,
actually
that's cool.
goes over the Horgie car.
Those corgis.
And the Horgies are like, as he goes over. He's not flying, he's got the wheels still on the ground. It's sort of that crisscrossy, sort of like goes up, like suspended.
So not
Exactly.
quite as cool as Rocket.
No, not as close as Rocket, but he goes over the top of the Horgie car, which is what he was trying to do. And Jess, can you roll me a d8 for me and tell me what number you get?
3.
What you see coming up, Riri, is like, it looks like a ramp. On either side of it seems to be water, and
Raccoons love water.
No, they don't.
Can raccoons swim?
then what else you see as well is, I'm going to use these. You see jumping over into the next pond looks like huge metal sharks, and they're sort of grabbing in the air as they go.
Ooh, I want to capture one and take it as a pet.
They're huge. Where are you going to put this? Our car is pussy lover something.
Carl's pussy lover.
The Pussy Lover Compact does not have room for metal
When we
sharks.
started talking about the pussy lover thing, I did get a little bit worried. Wait, is Jackie still on our ceiling? I'm on
Yeah.
the ceiling.
Still on the ceiling, yeah. What are you guys going to do? Give us your D6 rolls. I'm sorry, I'm taking loads of D6s.
So rude.
I know, I'm so sorry. Alright, are we all ready? Okay.
Pressure will make you decide.
3.
2, 1, go. Everyone down? So we've got... You need to reveal.
Sorry. Yeah, boy.
So what have we got? Sorry, we've got...
Mine's
We're all 6
6 and 5. So Riri, you just go... And now you are sort of next, sort of head to head with the converter car and the Horgie car behind as well. All right, 6. We'll go around the table. So Bex, what are you doing?
I'm going to have a look around the car, quite specifically in the glove box, because that seems like a sensible place to keep some duct tape.
And that's also making your rockets.
All right, now do a putzpah roll for me, please. 1 success. Looks like there is duct tape in here.
Excellent. Can I use it?
Yeah, it's one of those, again, it's because of this gaudy experience of this car. It's like zebra colour sprightly as a video. What do you want to do with it?
Like, wrap the entire car in it.
In pink zebra.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll let you do that. We'll do just do alacrity because I expect it to be really quick. See how well you manage to fix this
Better
car.
before we get on the draft as well.
We'll find out. That's a 6 and a 5. Yes. So
Lovely.
you managed to sort of go like the doors. The doors don't open anymore. But you'll have to get out through the windows.
Take Jackie to the roof as well.
You know,
In that frantic going around, Jackie's got
you make it
caught.
double-sided so it's sticky on the outside. I did it.
You've done
that.
that. All right. Good to know.
Why?
In case anyone wants to like
Jump on.
All right. I'll say you've managed to.
Also, you're still like, you're not a
And
rat on the roof,
does
you know that, right?
No,
I'm not.
Does that put Clarence out like a sort of fire blanket style?
Oh yeah, he's strapped on the top.
I don't want to be strapped on the
I can say you were fixing the car. You weren't caring about Terrence. I don't let you do that.
So wait, so Terrence is still on fire, burning through the tape.
Oh no, what a shame.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're just like fuck Terrence there, or you're just sort of behind him.
Yeah,
Okay.
You managed to heal the car. I'd say for about 3 or 4 points. I'll give you 6, so over half now. So that's really good. It's Rocky.
Can I go to the tow truck thing and try and unhook the big old beast at the back?
Smart.
So you're going into the tow truck.
And I'm going to get. Well,
Oh, you're trying to get into the.
I know
You're here.
Yeah, I'm going
currently.
Yeah, I'm going over
Run
to
over.
unhook the big thing from the back.
Okay.
We need the
Excellent. Can you roll me a? How are you doing it? How are you trying to unhook this
I
thing?
don't really know how tow trucks work. To be fair.
Yes, you
I'm
do,
just more like
Rocky.
saying.
Channel it.
It's more like, is this going to be a chutzpah thing, or are you going to be ferocious, like
I
trying
think
to
you're
tear
going
your
to
way
jump
into it?
up and laugh.
Yeah, I was
How
going
rotund are you?
to be. I'm very ferocious, so I'm going to ferociously
ferociously.
attack this thing
Perfect.
and try and
Do-
detach it.
Do a ferocious roll for me, please.
666.
Oh yeah, you just one
Devil.
big bite, gone, and yet the car stops. And as you look back, that car would have just been complete dead weight for you. So very smart move there.
I'm like on the tow truck. Right? No, when I attacked that thing, where was I? don't know.
You're on the hook.
You're on the hook.
Okay, I'll be on the hook.
You're on the hook.
I just don't want Roxy to leave me, so I just want to be on that thing in some way.
Grabbing onto the tow truck.
I can't make
Very
you
good. Jackie, what are you doing?
How close are we to the Hawkeye car?
It's sort of getting level with you. It's a little bit further behind.
Which is Professor's car is closer, right?
The professor car is up at the top here.
It's got zigzaggy metal.
Yes, it's currently suspended in the air.
Okay.
But the wheels are still there
Okay.
on the ground.
In my time destroying, trashing builders' yards, maybe I've plundered a little bit. Found myself a spanner or two.
Did you remember to bring that spanner though?
I think I did. Did I?
In your glove?
Did I GA?
What equipment do you have? Sorry,
I
Ronnie.
currently just have a broom.
You just have the broom.
No, the tape's attached to the broom.
What I'd say is that if you want to see if this car has a spanner, 'cause I feel
Involves going inside.
It does
Never
involve
mind.
going inside.
I'll be. Never mind. I'll just use my ferocity. I'm going to jump onto the metal bit of the.
of the converter car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was going to just ferociously attack and remove some of the screws that are keeping the springy bit in place.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, what if
Excellent.
the car falls and crushes me?
You're also still burning, so I don't think
You're going to have to make 2 rolls for me because you are
firstly.
jumping and then you are biting into it. So alacrity and then ferocity.
Alacrity is so poor.
But I'm guessing because again you're trying to kill yourself, which is part of your
I'm trying to
backstory.
help the team too.
But it's part of your backstory. I'm trying to.
Oh yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, thank you.
So you
I'm
get
being
extra
so
dice today.
reckless.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
reckless.
All right, so alacrity first for me, please. Oh yes, you got it. Yeah, you sort of. There's a moment where you just everything clicks and you're like, "This is my chance to die." And a small furry fireball leaps across and grabs onto this very rickety.
Question: is this cast underneath it?
It is slightly underneath it, under the back wheels. I like the idea that the film camera's in the thing and there's a small professor going, yes, what was that? Fuck. And then sort of looks out at you. Then make your attack against the...
Does the thought of being crushed also help me with my suicide?
I assume all of this is part of the being suicidal, so you can have your...
I can have 5 of those. This is ferociousness, right? Mm-hmm. Winner.
So you get 1, 6, 2, 6.
Oh.
So you bite, like, do a big chunk into it, and he's like, stop that.
Yeah, trying to like unscrew the screws.
Yeah, okay, you're just doing it ferociously.
Not
yeah.
bite through metal, just to clarify.
Notorious.
Which is what I did.
Yeah, I was going to say, another raccoon did do that.
Somebody's weak over here.
Yeah, okay, I've got dentures, alright? I've got dentures.
So yeah, I say you start desperately trying to take the screws out, and with the broom on your back as well, it's a horrific sight, and you're still slightly on fire.
How has the broom not gone up in flames?
It's got a special varnish.
Clearly, it's an anti-raccoon weapon, as we did find out. So
It's got a special varnish.
So it looks like it is wobbling, but you don't think it's going to come down on you just yet.
Sucks.
Sorry, who else have I got left? Just Roxy. What are you doing, Roxy? You suddenly realise there's no dead weight behind you, and you look behind, you see Rocky like, go! And but in front of you is the substation, and you're currently at speed 0 for your car.
And I've
You're doing an action.
I am doing an action. Obviously attacked this tow truck driver.
No, you just run away.
He ran
away.
out. Yeah.
And my
he
blind
let them in,
rage
yeah.
has subsided because all I could see was this evil man. And then I suddenly become aware of my surroundings and I'm sat in the passenger seat because it's an American tow truck, so it's a left-hand drive. And I'm sat in the passenger seat, and I look to my left, and I see Bex's brother getting a lift from the tow truck driver.
So true.
And he's obviously shocked because he's just seen, and terrified because he's just seen me attack this tow truck. And I just shout at him in my little raccoon voice, drive, drive, drive!
That is the perfect example of roleplay.
I can't believe
know
you're
what?
teaming up with my brother.
You know what?
You left us.
Ferociousness, because you're not biting or scratching, but you're intimidating. So ferociousness for
I
me,
am
please.
very intimidating.
Mikhail's very hard to intimidate. Trust me, I tried.
I love the idea that you attacked it. Drive! Roll that dice for me, please.
Oh.
One success. Just what you need. Because he's like not expecting it at all. So he goes, okay! And drives straight into the electricity. I need you and you, Rocky and
my brother.
Roxy.
Rotundity.
I'll make a trick for you, brother. A
James.
rotundity check for me, please.
Yes! I am rotund as
You just go,
shit.
oh, like that, like a little ball and chain.
You have very rotund ships.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You are not rotund.
I'm bad at rolling dice. How can you be bad at that?
You have the worst electric shock of your life as this thing just hits you. But if anything,
I love that she's had multiple shocks in her life.
I'm a very unlucky raccoon.
and if anything, Mikhail, he also gets shocked as well. And you're both like, ah!
I'm still alive.
But you are past now the substation. So now I do need to make a roll for this car. Oh, you take 1 point of damage.
That's fine, guys. I healed it well.
You did. That was very
Pink
good. You did it.
Zebratate.
The pink Zebratate holds just. There's still a bit of a smoke coming out from the thing, but that's fine. But you are still on 7 speed.
We don't have Terrence anymore, do we?
You don't have Terrence anymore, no. So what happens is these cars move. So this one, it starts to, the converter car starts to ricket and sort of as it's going up the ramp, but it's sort of like taking its time. It's not going to make it up the top of the rank this time. The Hawkies makes it up the ramp, and they're going to make a roll. I'm just going to do this. No, what happens is halfway through there, you just see this huge metal shark come and rip it in, sort of like in there, and it pulls it down. You don't see what happens to it from there, but you just see this metal shark, and it goes back over. And I'll say the tow truck manages to get its press through it, and it will get to sort of here on its face, and it's getting catching up.
We're gonna get there, Roxy.
Eventually.
I mean, I don't know how you catch up that fast when we had the pussy.
You had the electric just attack
Because you have
the
the
thing.
electric and you're held together with duct tape.
Yeah.
The electric.
Zebra duct tape.
Yes, but our tow truck is much better.
Tow trucks are
equipped
really
to
slow.
handle.
And we've got one of the best drives in the game.
I get a 6. Whoa.
Yeah, everyone get their dice back if I've taken it from you.
What to do now?
So, you can see this ramp coming up in front of you, and you have seen a shark take out, or you think take out the Hawkie car. So yeah, you need to think, how are you going to get across this ramp and not be attacked by metal sharks?
We're not quite there
I
yet.
don't think it was.
No, you will be there, but you are driving your own car, and I'm going to put it down.
But because Mikhail's driving, do we have to tell him what to do? What?
You can take the wheel from him. You can do
But
anything.
we're assuming that we're going to keep moving because he's driving. And we can do
No, I mean, like I've given you a speed of. Actually, I'll put it as 3 currently because you've just started back up. So you can go fast. You can make him go faster and stuff like that. But he's just under your control currently. He might rebel depending on what you guys do. But you guys are in your own separate car. So you guys ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we've got 6, 4, 5. 6. All right, so 4 goes first.
So I'm going to use my mobile phone
Yeah, excellent.
and throw it at the professor's windscreen to kick him out of the way.
Like it.
So weak.
It's a Nokia 3310, guys. It's great.
Do you say anything? Is there some cool one-liner you do?
Make it
Like
now.
here's my number. Screw you, cool.
Call me maybe.
Cool, maybe. All right, you do.
Very aggressive. Come on,
How's
baby.
he going to call you? You should have...
Lower your phone.
I'm not a very clever raccoon.
Clearly,
You should have gone with Corgi, maybe.
Porgy maybe. I am going to say, because it's quite an aggressive act you're doing, ferocity for me, please.
Oh, like, no, go on. Your phone.
Oh, I guess that's my phone gone.
Why is he just getting through?
Did we say that it maybe weakens the windscreen? If not,
It doesn't get up that high. It's quite the car is quite high. I appreciate you can't see it here. It's gone up on the thing. So you go fuck you, and the phone's sort of like,
Oh,
What
my
if
God.
it's
It jams into the thingy mechanism.
No.
Yes, it does.
all right, I'm going to say, if you want to go, try and get it into the
I do.
mechanism, do alacrity for me, because you're trying to be quick with it.
I'm better at that.
Are you though?
No, that's no successes there. So you just go, fuck you, and it's sort of like, falls on the ground.
So it's like,
Yeah, it's like they're on the ground there. There was a
I got a little truck to go faster.
excellent. So you get another.
Why are you driving?
No. You're going about here. You're not changing. It's like you've not turned.
he's not an idiot. He knows that we don't.
On your turn, you tell him to turn.
okay.
You might turn, so that's different. All right, and then we've got
Terrified.
I'm a 6.
six. All right, so we'll go with Bex first.
Oh, I hadn't thought about it yet. We've still got speed, haven't we? So
You've
we're
got
going over
7.
that ramp.
You are going over that
We're
ramp.
going over that ramp, so I've seen some really cool buttons on the inside of the pussy wagon that
The pussycat compact. That's the word, not the pussy wagon. That's a different show entirely.
Can we say seriously?
So yes, inside the compact.
and one of them
pussycat.
activates stunt mode.
Stunt mode.
Stunt mode, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do like this, you know.
You wanted to do a whirlwind type
whirlwind
effect.
turn makes it really hard to be bitten by a shark as it flies over.
Okay, cool. Do a Hotspur roll to see if you can work out which button does that.
Yeah.
I used to be a mechanic.
You did.
Did you?
Yep. In my life of crime.
Was it a good life? Why are you here in casing when it paid so well? Yeah, oh, that's right.
I kept losing my boomerang scar.
I clipped out. You lost that. I'm quite useful now.
I got 6 and a 5.
That's 2 successes. Now you just hit you like, look, I can't find it, and then it says about stunt mode, huge button, you're like, smack.
Must be it.
It must be it, and it sort of whirls up, and you can hear like things happening in the back. It is still quite damaged, this car. It's 5, half health, so we'll see if it does that on the next turn. Sorry, who else had a 6? You had a 6. Okay, go for it.
So I'm going to crawl up to the side window where the professor
Yeah,
sat.
on the
Yeah.
car convertible.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna, as I'm crawling up, I'm drawing on every memory of my family and my dead wife, my dead 6 children.
Oh my
and
god, why are they all dead?
Terrence, you
Did you not listen to my
Your
backstory?
parents were killed. Like,
My entire family is dead.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ!
Terrence, how many
You're not
wives did
winning,
you have?
nothing else.
I am a bad listener.
So many
How many wives did you
Just the
have?
one. Just
We're
since
dedicated.
she's died, many lovers. But when we were together, anyway, I'm drawing all these memories,
Yeah.
and as I'm climbing, I just let the tears fill my eyes, and it's like Puss in Boots, but even sadder. And I just look in the window.
Yeah, and the
and sort
professor.
of scratch and try. Is that
But you're still burning.
Is that me?
I will say,
oh, your
I would say, you're
And I look
You've
so,
got the bruise
I look
stiff
so
with, like-
forlorn.
You do.
Forlorn is the word.
I love the idea that this
like a shaved
your whole head is fine, but the back, like the whole,
You can't see the back.
you can't see the back. It's just raw red, no fur, birds. And I say the tears have put out your flames. I'll say that for you now. But you just
I
like.
have many tears.
Yeah,
My wife
exactly.
and
It's
children.
pretty much the shoulder and head part of you is fine, so you can do that sort of thing. So I'm going to say for that.
Give it up on the broomstick.
So what are you trying to do? You're trying to get into
Trying
the
to get
car.
sympathy. To get,
Trying to
I
look
want it to
cute.
open the window for me.
What's your plan as soon as he opens the window? This one
I'm going to jump in and press every button I can see.
All right, Hotspur then, please.
Okay.
And backstory.
3 and backstory. That is all
3 successes. Wow, it is just like that Puss in Boots moment. He goes, oh, and the window, so you get in, and as soon as you do that, oh dear, I'm gonna have to.
You are welcome for this gift, Fiona. What is going to happen to this car?
I didn't think I'd be using this table that much.
Stop peeking.
I don't know what I'm peeking at. I have no
why
idea
you're
what's
peeking.
happening.
So what happens is that firstly, there's a horrible sound where there's like oil comes out of the back of the car and fills the entire track, and then it does it again until it's completely empty. And then at the front comes out tiny little machine guns that start shooting off as it goes up. And he's like, what are you doing? He's trying to rip you off the console, but you've done that as the car slowly starts to go over. And then we've got Roxy. What are you up to?
So,
Yes.
You need to turn.
Well,
So you're doing an action.
actually, what's happened is all this oil has spilt out onto the track.
Yeah, you just see this and you're like, shit, what the fuck's happening in that car?
It's like, there's so much of it because obviously it's a very high-powered car, so there's like gallons and gallons and gallons.
It's
flooding.
Yeah.
So it floods towards us and we start swerving to the left. That wasn't my action, that just happened.
It does, yeah.
And
Sure.
I realise I'm also looking at the control dashboard panel scenario.
In your tow truck.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's not just a tow truck, I realise, but it's also a crane. And I know that Rocky
On the back of this
is
crane.
still hanging on to this bit.
Yeah.
So what I do is I use the crane joystick thing and I swing wildly. So Rocky swings out and then
Where's Rocky
am I
going?
doing?
Rocky...
Yeah.
Rocky
Yeah.
swings out and flies onto the green
You
bar.
were trying to.
Oh, you're trying to get me off this
You're
car.
trying to.
I'm trying to help Rocky.
He wants to run away with Mikhail.
You're doing this thing to launch me off this.
undertones have begun.
If this
Fabulous.
doesn't, why do you keep doing this to me?
I fucking
Not
love it.
again.
I love it. Let's do it. All right. So I need you to make me a chutzpah roll for me, please.
What did you do?
Are you going to let this happen? That's what I'm going to ask
Follow
you.
you to the so my choices are either to desperately hang
Hold
on
on.
if she does this,
Yep.
or just let myself go.
So, but you will have to make a roll as well. That's what I'm saying. So, what do you plan to do? Like, you can see her going, "I'm so sorry," and then pushing this button.
She ain't sorry.
I'm doing you a favour. We're gonna start smashing into stuff. I am concerned for your well-being. I want you to live through this, Rocky, no matter what happens to me.
I'm gonna let go, because even if I fuck it up, it'll at least be forwards.
Cool. So, you need to make me a chutzpah roll. Rocky needs to make me an alacrity roll to make sure you try and land on the car, basically.
Okay. I'm very bad at alacrity. Has that thing even swung?
We'll see. What are you doing?
Maybe it's over this one.
I don't know. Not a lot.
What?
I'm very bad at alacrity.
We're very unlucky, Raccoons.
I feel like that thing didn't swing, so I just fell off the back as it jolted. And that's all that happened.
Now you're here.
I love the idea. Yeah. So you.
I'm gonna be on the truck still.
No. No, that's a 1. I'm sorry. I love the idea. You go, "I'm so sorry," and it's like, ah. And you go, oh, I didn't press it yet. Oh.
Damn, that one.
So-
Damn.
What's going to happen is, so the converter car goes over the ramp, and I need you to make me.
Are we crashing head first into you?
You were a bit further away.
Yeah, you're further away. It's because it keeps rolling.
We've also rolled backwards.
Yeah, you're
We
here.
also swerved
Like
in the
someone.
oil, so we are facing a little bit.
No one is driving this car because the
Fisa
professor is trying to grab me.
No one is driving the car. Yes, but
straight into the sharks.
It's going over. But I need you to make me a rotundity. Oh my
very
god!
bad at that.
Like, as you just see again, slow motion. You're like, stop that! And you look out, and these two sharks come and try and bite you as you're going through midair. So, like, you roll for me.
Nice.
Oh,
Two successes.
just what you needed as well. And what happens is that they just. Again, the legs sort of extend even further, even the wobbly one, and the sharks just pass underneath and grab like one of the legs, so it sort of takes it out and it hits the ground next to the ruined car of the Hoggies, which is slightly burnt out. You can't see any Hoggies currently, though. So the Pussycat Compact is going over the top, and you've pressed the button to make it do the thing.
Yeah.
So I need whoever's in the Pussy Compact to make me a
Am I still on the planet?
rotundity check.
I don't want to fall out of the car.
Success. That's what you needed. You said you wanted to go around sort of spinning wise. It
Like
just
that way.
like
not
sort of
that
this way, yeah. What it does again, because it's still it's not on fire, is it? No, it's not.
I'm
It's still.
picturing like a shark tries to grab us and
you
spin
hit
around and hit it with the side. That's one picture.
That sounds good actually. Yeah. So you go up and you start spinning, and you turn like this, and you see the shark come up to meet you in sort of the windscreen. But you sort of go around again. You hit it just like that, like the back of the hits it and goes up the way, and then you turn around, you see the other shark come up, and you hit it again. You keep spinning and spinning, and you hit the ground spinning almost like 360 before you make it down there. And again, you see the same thing. The Hoggy car completely burnt out. But again, Kiki, you're like, oh, are they dead? Sorry, Riri. Kiki, Riri, same thing.
Oh, I'll take it.
Okay.
You're too happy about the Hoggies.
Yeah.
So what happens is this tow truck, leaving Rocky behind, unfortunately, goes up. I need you to make me a...
Tow truck got very quick.
Maybe it's just like, we've lost some dead weight. Ah!
God,
Rocky was
So I need you to make me a rotundity check as well, just to see if you...
Really? Why would I?
Because you've got 2 sharks going to eat you.
She's not very rotund.
I know you're not very rotund.
I thought we weren't up here yet. I have
I'm making... Basically, I'm trying to move us on to the next section of the map.
Okay.
I enjoy how Rocky, who didn't even want to be here, is now upset at being left behind. His whole thing is, I want to get out.
That is so true. That is so true.
But my social awkwardness meant that I was involved, and now I've committed too hard that I can't get back.
It's a fair place. We've all been there.
Okay.
Go on. Does not succeed. So what happens is this tow truck, as it goes over the top, you see the sharks come, and they don't bite the main cab. They go for the crane.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
But they pull it back through.
I know.
They pull it to the side, and then you go straight into the water. And so the tow truck starts to sink. And Mikhail's like, "Oh my god!"
Mikhail's really scared of sharks, by the way.
He's totally scared of sharks. Certainly metal sharks as well, which only seem to be on this track.
The sharks don't eat kale.
Chaos, Mikhail.
Can I claim that their car would have got some damage hitting 2 metal sharks while spinning wildly through the air?
I'm just going to do that.
I remember we had some overhead.
Yes, I am.
Tape. Like everyone will get
Everyone else is dying too.
So, I am going to roll for damage on these cards. The Pussycat one, I think it was 7 speed, wasn't it?
No damage.
No damage at all. Wow. Again, it must be how cool you guys looked.
No,
Just
I think I had so much duct tape on it. It was like
it bubble wrap
layer of it.
And then the tow truck as well, being in the thing, it was at, I put it at 4, entire 4 speed. No damage as well, but it is sinking into the water, so it's not going to do very well for long. Rocky, whilst you are very far behind currently,
Yes.
what happens is that you hear something like beep, 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 and a taxi rolls up.
Oh, yes.
And a man goes, "Do you want a lift?"
Yes, please.
Hop in.
Help me.
You've still got your beard on.
It's like an elderly old man is like, "Oh, do you want? Come on, I'll get you there. I'll get you there."
Thank you.
So he hops you in.
Ask him his name. And it's Gambon. It all comes together. The taxi is a very shiny
It
taxi.
is a very shiny taxi.
Oh my god!
I'm the real winner, guys.
So
This is just to qualify. We're not even in the race.
It doesn't matter, I'm in a taxi and I don't have to...
You don't know how much he's going to charge you at the end of this.
He's gonna charge you very shiny things.
When they've got like the pre-charge on, it's like £2.50. This one's actually like $100.
the final leg of the race, you can see the burnt out Corgi car. You sort of look back and you see the tow truck being submerged by water and metal fins starting to surround it, and you still have 2 cars, the Pussycat Compact and the converter car, making its way. There's one final right turn before the finish line. What would you guys like to do? So it again depends on what your cars do. You now have your own driver and stuff. We'll get to you then, but you still need to make a choice.
Can I have some information from me?
Of course.
Are there any of the buttons have labels in this science car?
Yes, but they're all incomprehensible. There's like weird symbols and stuff like that.
I can't read.
You are a raccoon, but also it's like
It's the English language.
Are any of them like bigger than any others?
they're all different sizes and different colours and shapes. But also it's a bit like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, whereas in the elevator they're all also like that. Also, I need someone else to roll me a d8.
D8's over here.
Oh yeah. So actually, Jackie, can you roll this for me? So you roll that, and then you roll that as well.
4.
4?
Can I borrow d6 as well, please? Can't go on.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep taking.
Rosie, roll it.
Yeah, roll the d8. We've got a 4.
4.
6.
4 and a 6. You see what looks like a bus full of people getting off, and they're crossing the road.
Why?
That way, because they're fucking idiots. That's why.
Bloody right.
And they look like very slow people. And then
We don't care about people.
the final.
Our siren is still going.
Your siren is. It's sort of slow.
It was only battery powered.
And then what looks like a load of cars are just parked on the finish line. Clearly the last race has not quite finished.
Oh, we're that fast, guys.
So they're still clearing up. So you have a line of very lovely looking cars. With
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, it is a nice one.
I want them on the right.
So on the final right corner, you have a bus with people coming out, crossing the road in front of you. And then on the finish line, you see what looks like very classic cars all lined up, ready to be taken off, but currently not yet. What would you guys like to do? Ready? 3, 2, 1. So we've got 5, 6, 6, and 6. Okay, 5, you're in the Pussycat one, so you're just driving straight ahead.
Well, I also think that the stunt mode button was a bit old and it sort of got stuck when I pressed it.
So is it still turning?
360.
Oh my, so you're sort of spinning, I guess that's what it is, but you're going even further speed, so yeah, you're sort of there on the corner spinning like that. So we'll do that. Not got there yet. You're still on 7 speed.
No, I accelerated.
Oh, you're right. So that's... Oh, God. This car's going to be so damaged. Okay, so you're about to careen into these people. All right, Riri, what are you doing? Because we'll do the Pussycat car first.
I'm going to try and find... it's going to find a lead pipe to, hit the prof, but I feel like that's not necessary anymore. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try instead and find what you usually find in a car. Mm-hmm.
A turbo rocket.
Wait, you're in the car... And you're in this car?
No, we're away from that.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I just got confused then.
But we moved away from him.
I mean, you've not really explored the rest of it. I mean, it's gaudy as fuck, this place. Like, there's, like, pillows and cushions and everything like that. You know that it's a bit smoky at the back as well? And then she's like, we're so close!
There's a race to win, exactly. I think I might have to try and reactivate the rocket one more.
All right.
One final time.
You're spinning wildly out of control.
Okay.
Just to open a
If you're going to do that, yeah, because you are spinning, do an alacrity check for me, because you're going to try and climb up on top and light this thing. So alacrity check first, see if you get there. You've not helped at all. You've turned this stunt mode on.
I mean, I feel like it's still my backstory because it's still my mum's rocket.
It is just still your mum's rocket.
And the glove's still on my hand.
Michael Jackson. 1 success. So you are slowly getting there, but it's going to be really difficult to light this rocket from there. So how are you lighting this rocket?
Well, you used to have a lit cigar now, wouldn't it?
Well, if only it worked as a boomerang.
Why would a cigar ever work as a boomerang?
It worked for me every time I used it in my past.
I don't think it did. I think you were drunk.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh look, it's come back.
What are you doing?
Hi, raccoon.
Riri, what are you doing?
I think while Terrence was on top of the car burning, some of the burning pieces of fur dropped onto the car roof.
You're going to pick up a molten...
I'm going to pick up a piece of Terrence and try and light the rocket with it.
I love it. I love it. Chutzpah for me, please.
Still backstory, I'd say.
Yeah. Fuck it. Do it.
Wow, you're so...
One.
Oh my god.
The fur is just is smouldering slightly. It's not. It's like. So you're currently on top of the car trying to light this thing. Fine. Jess, what
Can
are you?
I convince this taxi driver to go pick up my good friend Roxy from on top of the tow truck she's in?
You two have gotten very close.
What are the chances that I can convince him he wants to pick up my other
Well, you're
friend?
paying him, so I feel like not that difficult.
Yeah. What do you say to convince him? Are you saying, look, she's the love of my life, or are you just like, we need her. What do you say?
No, I'm gonna play the. I'm an old man, right? So when I
don't know. Are you?
It's like
I've got the fake beard and glasses on.
You look like an old man. Yeah.
I look like an old man.
It's definitely a granddaughter.
Right, I'm going to go with Roxy as my pet, because otherwise I don't understand why I'd have a raccoon as a girlfriend.
Whoa.
My late wife gave me her raccoon to try and keep
how interesting.
safe, but unfortunately I got a bit lost and I got very confused.
Oh no,
about
where is your pet? We can pick her up. No worries. Where is it?
Wonderful. If you just keep going along this track,
Okay.
I believe she's on a tow truck somewhere.
Oh.
As you do.
As you do.
Over that ramp.
Sweet. Over the ramp. Okay.
Just keep going. Just ignore everything around you. Just focus on the love of my life dying and leaving me a raccoon that I've lost and now I can't cope.
Okay. Oh, that seems good. Just make a quick chutzpah roll for me, because you are lying slightly. So slightly, you are lying.
Slightly. Ooh.
I think Roxy's her pet.
Roxy could be my pet.
Fuck. Maybe not.
Do you not want to win this race? Fuck your pet.
Oh,
straight
I
on.
tried. I'm so sorry.
Jackie.
Where does he get to?
Yes. Is that car moving in any way towards the orange car?
Yeah.
It's not a jumpable distance. By foot.
Raccoons are good.
I mean,
If it's too far to jump by foot, guys, I'm going to use the broom as a pole vault.
Whoa!
I know. When I land, I'm going to scramble to the front of here and stick the broom. I'm going to cling to the front, stick the broom off the front to brush people out the way.
I love it. First of all, do an alacrity check for me, please, because you're jumping from a moving vehicle to another
I put myself in such low alacrity because I was I'm old and inept, and this is the thing I've rolled for every time. Did I tell you about my pole vaulting wife?
You didn't, and it's too late. You picked up the dice, so
Yes!
I can't believe you got two successes.
4
but
and a 6.
it's like something out of like.
Spirit of your wife.
It's there. You see her, and she goes, "You can do it, Terence, my love."
I'm coming for you! And I think I'm like going up to heaven, and then the pole vault comes back down.
Yes, you land on the edge of the car.
And keep holding the broom.
Yep, keep hold of the broom. That's right. And then I'm guessing.
Scramble along, covering the windscreen.
Yeah,
And I think her landing on us sort of gave us a little push forward.
you've sped up.
You're
You're
still
speeding up,
spinning wildly
and you're
out
gonna
of
go in front.
control.
And you're like, no. And so
Well, the brush is just. I'm now
are you
just like.
pushing people out the way, or are you
I'm
trying
just
to?
gonna keep the brush there so that the brush hits them first, not the metal car.
As we spin.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
make
you
a.
are spinning.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the spinning.
You might not actually.
Oh wait,
you
I'm
might
gonna
just
hold. I'm gonna have to hold on tight because of that whole centrifugal.
So I'm gonna
force
say.
That means you don't have to hold on tight.
thing. Is it? No,
I'm gonna say. Do
If you're
another.
in the middle, you're okay.
Go.
I'm not in the middle.
No, she's on the front.
Oh, you're on the front,
Yeah. So I'm going to say, do a chutzpah check for me, please. It's a scheme you're trying to pull off, and you're trying to save these people rather than hit them. 2. You make it just so as this car's spinning. I think you catch it at the right angle. So as it's moving forward and spinning, you just sweep all 4 of these people off the roads and going down like that. Perfect.
With age comes great cleaning skill.
They're all like different ages. So there's like small children who's like, wee, and there's an old person like, blah, blah, and so like you've just swept them all the way. And yeah, exactly.
To be fair, you have just twatted them with a stick and
At seven speed. Okay, and then Rosie, you got last one. So you are currently sinking.
I am.
I'd like to know. They are sure to die if they're hit at 4 speed.
And you see these metal sharks circling around your tow truck.
I thought they'd bitten us.
Yeah, but they've leapt into the water with you.
Okay, so
Sharks don't survive in the air.
I'd like to know where this taxi is now because it's sped up. Like,
It's not got there to you yet. You can't see it. Currently, it's...
Soz, dude. I
yeah.
really did try.
You did try.
I'm just very bad.
is the car still moving?
It is moving. I'll move it in a sec.
I turn to Mikhail and I say,
Later,
"This has
dude.
been special to me." Truly special. These minutes with you have been some of the best of my little raccoon life.
I can't believe you.
But I have to leave you now. And I hit the ejector seat button.
Of course, in every tow truck, yes.
Naturally. Which springs me out.
Yes.
It catapults me into the air.
Yep.
I land on the green car.
You land on the converter car. Cool.
And in a very, just one smooth motion,
Yeah.
glide into the...
I think you need like 4 successes.
Jesus, yeah, that's alacrity for me, please. Oh my goodness.
She's gonna make it, I believe.
How good's your alacrity?
And
It's a 4.
Did you talk about that time back in Ohio that I was facing shots?
I used the ejector seat button in my cardboard box.
In the tractor. on
actually, the
grandma's
reason
farm.
I know that ejector seat button is there is because when my mum was being murdered by that tow truck driver,
Yes.
my grandmother escaped by pressing the eject seat button, which every tow truck has. Of
course.
And this is what she told me as a child: always remember
So
the
your grandmother
ejector
just
seat.
abandoned her child, be like, you're getting killed, fuck it!
Alright, so yeah, I'll include you.
I'm very torn up inside. About
Alright, that is part of your central conflict as well, so that's another 2d6 on
Yes.
top of the 4, so that's 6d6.
Stop doing work.
I hope to God you make it, because this is just ridiculous.
Oh, it's fine, we don't need top
Oh my god, that was aggressive.
Oh my God, that's 4 successes. Of six.
I don't know if that was
That was you!
You're stealing it. That's 4 out of 6
Oh my
successes.
god! I've never.
Oh my God, you did need 4 successes, so fucking hell. So somehow you managed to flip and turn in the air, and it's on the seat, and you just see like Miguel's face go, oh, like, and he's submerged.
Yeah, and I see him being like,
Eaten by the sharks.
Yeah, correct. The sharks come
Mikhail's
in,
dead.
and then you sort of aim the seat, and you hit the top of the car on the converter car, and with that smooth motion, so you're like, hello. Excellent. This professor obviously dealing with one raccoon that's just gone, and then another one appears. It's like, fucking hell, what? You know, and it's again trying its best. I'm going to make a roll for him.
He probably thinks he's hallucinating.
He loses control of the car, and it goes straight into the bus.
Oh.
And stops dead. And then this Your car, you see, it sort of spins, and it's sort of who's steering just now?
Me.
You. Do me an alacrity. You're trying to steady this car now.
I do have a street driving pass.
And everyone has a street driving pass, apparently.
I already got 4.
6, so only 1 success. So you manage to slowly get it, but it's still shifting back and forth. It's
fine, we're getting close.
And you see in front of you, you see these cars are and you see what looks like 2 corgis in hoodies.
I've still got my brush.
You've still got your brush, but they've got like water guns, or they're these sort of big hoses sort of thing, and they're ready to blast the car to try and shoot it back from winning the race.
Such bastards.
And they're like, what are you guys doing?
Where's my taxi?
So it is racing along the thing. It jumps over the gap. Actually, make me an alacrity check for me. No, rotundity, because it's
Oh shit.
roll it again if it's off the table. Roll it again.
But it was a good roll!
I know, but that doesn't matter. I didn't see it.
You looked under the table.
No, I didn't. The car itself sort of goes over, but it tips to it, so it does a whole backflip, and as it ends, it sort of crushes like so that lands on its hood right next to
Hey,
you.
Roxy!
Yeah, you see Roxy. It's like that in the festival going, drive! What are you doing, you fucking idiot? And then
Should we steal the bus?
And then, so final turn, what are you guys all doing? You've got the 2 corgis there, facing down, and you've got a line of plastic cars covering the finishing line.
Where are these hoses coming from?
They're holding it and it's out to the side.
2 hoses.
Yeah,
Separate
2 hoses, yeah.
You've still got the tape attached to the end of your broom, FYI.
It's been there the whole time. It is, you are not getting that tape back. It is ruined.
But still attached to the broom.
What do you think this tape can do? It's been mangled for an entire race.
Like some sort
I'm gonna make it into a boomerang.
Boomerang. I was thinking like, no, when you've got like the stick with the chain and the
Yeah, and then you get both of them at the same time.
Is it mace? I think, no, it's something else. I always think it's called a mace, it's not a mace.
No, mace is not spinny.
Mace
A mace is
like
a
point
club
something,
base.
yeah.
I've got to look this up now.
So 3, 2, 1.
Everyone goes 6.
So there's 666 and there's a 4 from you. So that's, I always forget what this is. So using item, what are you doing? You're using your...
I'm gonna are they still close enough? Oh, I know, screw it. I'm gonna leap off and like karate ninja, like spin my thing at them and at that, but you know, I'm still in the way of this car running me over.
Yep.
Oh well. But I'm like attacking both the corgis, like jab with this end of the broom and then spin it over my head, then jab that one.
Love it.
And then just like opening my arms and letting the car hit me.
Alright, ferociousness attack for me, please. And do it twice.
Ferociousness.
Yes.
My best trait.
He's like, rah, give us those dice.
And I'm also putting my life at risk by doing this.
You are putting your eyes at doing this.
It's a
I think so, yeah.
That is 3
Whoa,
successes for the first one.
Yep.
That is all successes for the last one.
Perfect, yeah. You
Just like killing things and myself.
somehow, you really injure one and then decapitate the other. You got 4 successes on one. I can't.
Ray loves you.
5 successes.
And now you're about to run her over.
Yeah, and then you. So this is what he wants on the left and the right, and you just you sort of like, you're like, come on, like you're sort of stood there. It's almost like it's like a showdown.
Take me now.
Take me now. And then so we got 6. We'll go in order again. So Bex, what are you doing? You see Terence take out these 2 corgis with hoses.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So I've been in a fairly similar position to this before. When I've been near the finish line, and there's a row of cars in the way.
Yep.
I was racing against my brother at the time. I didn't know what to do, and I just crashed straight in from them. So I'm learning from my mistakes.
Yes.
What my brother did when he beat them was bash a door off the car, because it's quite broken, remember. So
you've duct taped it.
I only duct taped half of it though, because Terence didn't half of it. So, you know, one of the doors pretty easy to knock off. And then I'm going to throw that on top of Terence's body to make a little ramp. Because that's what my brother did.
I'm calling Boulder Dash.
Use ferociousness, because you are pulling off things and then deliberately hurting your friend.
Yeah, cool. I like to do that.
Brutal.
Quick pause.
What's it?
Oh,
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's a bit
You
ambitious.
can't get the door off. You're like,
Damn it.
That duct tape is really stuck.
Well,
Riri.
I've now seen Terence, this person who I only met this morning.
He keeps trying to kill himself.
The Horgies for me that I've been hunting all my life. And I realise that winning this race isn't what life is just about. It's also about friendship.
Yes, it is. Correct.
So I jump out of the car.
Oh, for God's sake!
In front of the car. And try to stop it so that Terence doesn't get killed.
Why would you knock Terence?
Just wait!
Wait. Just so I'm clear. Are you pushing Terence out the way? Are you going to give him like a hug and
you're gonna like hold
stop the car?
I'm giving him a hug and then I'm trying to like pull him out.
Okay, I was going to say, are you trying to go stop car as it runs over both of you? That's what I wanted to double check. Thank you. Okay, make a alacrity roll because you're going to have to do this very quickly as this car is really fast.
Right.
That's one success. Well, you get out of the car. You're like, Tara, but you sort of roll to one side and off onto that side. Sorry, Rocky, what are you
Terrible.
You're in this upside down taxi and you can see Roxy sort of talking to this professor really animatedly.
I'm gonna get out of the taxi, give a good old rave to Roxy and get on the bus and see where it's going. That's not, I'd like a trip out of it, please. Just over.
The bus is completely deserted. Clearly, like, the bus driver's seen what's going on and just deserted. So you have full operation of this bus now.
Sick.
But you can't do anything with it until your next turn. So, what are you doing, Roxy?
I want to know if we still want to win this race. That's our main goal.
You don't know what's happening with this. You see the team there, and you can see this line of cars on the finish line. You are currently talking to the professor who's trying to get the car started to go again, try and win this race.
So
And you've just seen Rocky jump into the bus.
I give him a rave.
Unlike Terence, I actually
Have a life wish? Sorry.
Terence, yeah, it was Terence who's in here. I did a lot of reading as a child, so I actually understand all these symbols on the dashboard, and I understand what all the buttons
You have
mean.
to worry that the professor might just clock you on because Terence was horrible.
Yeah, that's true, but he's still in a state of shock. And I know that one of these buttons actually will propel a giant novelty boxer glove that will smash out the side of this and go punch the car forward at great speed.
If only there was a ramp.
So this is your last time.
I'm considering, and I'm there in this moment trying to decide whether to do that or whether I want to get on this bus with Rocky and
We can win the race still because I'm going to hit this
drive off into the sunset.
drive off into the sunset, start a life together.
You're such a Horgie. First it was Mikhail, now it's Rocky.
Hey, we've had like an off and on relationship for a while.
You mean in and out?
Literally.
And I think I attempt to do both.
You mean you like smash this button and get out the car?
I thought she meant do both Mikhail and Rocky.
I'll say. So are you?
So I smash the button,
Yep.
jump out the open window onto the bus with Rocky, and we're like, let's go!
Okay.
This time's the jumping gets it.
Okay, I want you to do me. There's going to be a couple of rolls for this, unfortunately, because there's a lot happening. All right, I need you to do a chutzpah roll to see if you can figure out which button is the big boxing glove button.
Okay. That's
You did say you did reading, which apparently helps you.
Studying!
Okay, sure.
Off weird
You're like,
symbols.
I've
in
made this car.
foreign
I've seen this
parts.
car before. Yeah. I'm watching. That's two successes. So yeah, you like, it's the one with the boxing glove on it. Cool.
Yeah.
You hit it.
All that reading to waste.
You hit it, and you see it come out. Well, I'll roll for what happens in the next one. And then you want to make it onto the bus?
Yes.
Cool. As you do so, the professor's like, no, you're not getting away, and tries to grab you. I need you to make a rotundity check as he tries to sort of grab you as you're trying to roll out of the way.
Oh dear.
Is it a rotundity
Yes,
one?
it
Or
is.
is it more of a alacrity one because I'm moving quickly and trying to get away?
No, it's definitely a rotundary one.
Rotundary. Wait, did you not study racing?
That's a success. So you just go, he grabs you and he sort of goes, boop. It's like you pop out like sort of squeezy and he sort of...
Yes, that gives me extra speed.
It does, you go straight to the bus.
Yes, Roxy!
And you're in it. You slam the door shut. Alright, what were you guys planning to do? Are you going to still try and win the race as well?
I'm going to see what happens to this car thing first. If this car explodes
Excellent.
and doesn't make it across the line, then yes.
So, you're not getting out of the way, are you, of the Pussycat Compact? You're waiting to be run over.
I'm currently waiting. If I get another go, if I don't die in this like little round end thing.
No, because I was going to ask to make a rotundity check.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Do that for me, please.
That's 2 fails.
No, this car runs you over, and unfortunately, because you're as you said, you were very.
Didn't she grab me?
No, she
She
failed.
just jumped out the car.
I'm gonna win all by myself.
It's not running you over as well.
I think Terrence's body slows you down.
It doesn't.
No, but we didn't know the boxing gloves, remember?
Yeah. So what happens is. So what happens is the car runs over you, does not get any traction. You're not a ramp or anything like that. It goes straight in.
I tried to make you a ramp.
You did try to make a ramp, didn't work. It goes straight into the back of these cars, and as it goes into the back of these cars, suddenly from the converter car, everyone sees this, even you, flat on the ground, huge tyre track down your burnt back with no fur. You just see this huge boxing glove just come out of nowhere, stretch ridiculously far, hitting this car. I'm going to roll for it. Over 14, it hits, and you pass the finish line. No. So it just pushes you further. As a 5, it pushes you straight into the back of this car and crunches, and you come to a complete stop, which means I'm going to do some damage.
The best.
So you were at...
If you get loads of damage as well, we're in
you
it.
get 10.
Sorry.
That's alright. So because you were at 7, I need one more. Sorry.
Only that rocket to the right would be good with
Only one
Damage.
I'm not trying to kill myself.
Still 4 damage, but you have come to a complete stop because all these parts of it, and you see like other drivers going, "What's going on?" and they're starting to come around and see what's happening with the Pussycat thing. All right, this is definitely the final round. What are you guys all doing?
Can I move? Am I just...
You're stuck. You're like on the floor. You can
What
move.
has to cross the line to win?
A car with a raccoon in it.
Wait, a whole car? Or like the front of the car?
Look, you've seen races. The whole car.
But like, at what point have you won? Because like when the sprinter's head dips over the line, they've won.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if I knock a door off and collide it,
You're not a car.
I'm on part of the car.
No.
A car with 4 wheels with a raccoon inside over the full finish line.
Or a
Jump in
bus.
that one.
A bus can
Just
win
jump
too.
in that one and drive on.
Bus may be able to win if it gets there in time.
The bus has not been around the whole track. Is that not a
Doesn't
criteria?
matter.
Excellent.
Whoever finishes, because these cars haven't finished.
It's a very short rule book, and they haven't really accounted.
It's 2 pages. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
No, or
3, 2, 1. I think everyone's doing actions, right?
No, I'm speeding on in the direction of the brush.
it's good.
Excellent.
Good.
Make me then, Rocky. You just go straight down. I need you to make me. Tell you what, do a ferociousness check because you are like going straight down
Alpha
on
lever.
thing.
This is what ones are not being used?
It's fine.
Yeah, these it's fine. It's just
They also stick.
yeah. Oh my! Roll that one again because that's cocked. That's 3 successes. 4 successes.
This bus is going so fast.
This bus suddenly just speeds into life and is going straight towards the finish line, right behind the Pussycat car.
That means that car's going to go over first.
We'll go this way round this time.
No, I don't think that we should because I don't know.
It's because I keep going that way. Well, we'll do... All right, Jackie, what are you doing?
As the bus passes over me,
Yes?
I've had this near-death experience, and I've
That's
suddenly...
several.
This is the closest it's come.
You are.
Run over and over again, yes.
Yeah. And I've just had
for about
this
2 hours.
realisation that, like, you know, when I saw Riri come to try and save me, I was like, maybe I do still have family on this earth. Even if they're not my real family. And maybe I could try and, you know, win with my family. So I don't have the strength to catch up with the orange car, but I'm going to hedge my bets, and as the bus passes over me, grab onto the bottom of it.
Excellent. Make me an alacrity roll because you're trying to climb back onto the top of this
I'm
bus.
going to.
No. Just not strong enough.
You have been run over.
You put down like a weak arm, it just gets smacked and broken as it goes underneath. As it rolls. Yeah, you're like, no! We'll do Riri next. What are you doing? You're off to one side. You just seen your friend get run over by one and then another car.
All of my people I thought my family have run me over.
So when I jumped out of the car earlier, I mean, I definitely took the rest of the duct tape with me.
Oh, yeah, there's a big line.
No.
Wait, didn't you take the rocket with you?
No, the rocket's still on top of the car.
Also, it's rubbish, clearly, so...
Yeah.
So
Used by date.
I sprint towards the bus, thinking that that's my best chance of winning, and try to slip under it and attach me and Terence with the duct tape to the bottom of the bus.
Good God. Okay, I'm so touched. Make me a chutzpah roll, and then Terence, can you make me a rotundity roll?
Come on, Terence. Come on, Terence.
But
You got what? 2 is what you needed for both of you. Okay. No, you did. It's a collective thing.
I'm so proud of us, yeah!
So again, you're just like, my family, and you just get grabbed by Riri. Just again, almost like Indiana Jones like style, sweeps up with the duct tape. It's impossible physics. I don't know. It's you. All 4 of you are on the bus.
Well, under the bus and on
2 on the bus, 2 under the bus. Fine. And then Bex, what have you done your one?
I haven't done my one.
Alright, we'll do yours then. What are you doing?
I'm thinking of making the car into a ramp for the bus.
Good shout.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to fail it again. So, the car's basically a wreck now. I think the duct tape's sort of stretching at the seams. It's not really holding it
The
together
car
anymore.
itself is like it's on like full
and so
damage.
it just takes me like a little knock on the ceiling of the car for it to like split in 2 ways and makes a nice opening for me
perfect.
to jump straight upwards using the ejector button that I also know about. And also the back half of it is just full perfectly.
It's a convertible, isn't it?
And it's just perfect ramp for the bus.
So are you using the ejector seat so that when the bus comes over it, you're going to go over the top and then come down as the bus is coming?
Or I'll just slam right into the bottom of it. Well, you still got duct tape. I think I might have more luck.
Slamming into the bottom of this bus.
Well, we can't die, so shall we?
Oh wait, what would be?
No, I meant like so. As you go up, as the bus is about to come up, and then you come down, hitting the bus on top, not underneath the bus, and dying on impact.
Okay. Yep. Let's do the first one.
Okay. Fuck it, rotundity, because you were like literally going, Godspeed.
I'm so used to relating it to my backstory. So
I know you're like shit.
anytime.
Bloody die.
Fine, Karina doesn't want to go to bed or anything.
Yeah.
I got
One success.
Yep.
So what happens is you hit the ejector seat button and it goes off, but you go up so high, you're just in the sky.
I've got a parachute.
I mean, you did.
All injector seats do come with built-in parachutes.
Yeah.
But did you put a seatbelt on?
No, I never wear a seatbelt.
Well, exactly. So you've gone up in it.
getting a parachute, you're fucked off.
So the seat falls away and you still keep going in the air like a little speck in the sky.
That's pretty cool.
You might fall back down at some point. You won't die, but you'll definitely hurt.
Car crash to be a wrap.
Yeah, that was easy. I just tapped it. I didn't do anything for that.
And then finally, Roxy,
welcome, guys.
what are you doing? You've seen
Grab me, Rosie.
Bex use the tape to catch her. There is a little bit of tape still flying down, but you are in the bus.
Someone needs to steer the bus also, let's not forget.
No, it's going
It's going
perfectly
straight.
around.
It's going straight.
Okay, so
My grandma. Yes.
My grandma.
So there I am. There I am on the bus.
Yeah. On the bus.
And me and Rocky sat side by side in the driver's seat because obviously we're little, so we both fit. I see my 2 friends are underneath the bus.
You feel bump.
I feel the bump, but I know I know what the bump.
Like, that sounds like a Tarrant bump. That sounds like a Riri bump.
No, when like you know it in your heart, in your little raccoon heart.
Yeah.
And what happens is
What happens? Yeah.
I suddenly realise
Yeah.
this bus, it's just like driving a tractor. I can do this.
Yeah.
And I see that ramp ahead of me at a very sharp angle. No! Into the sky. You're going to kill us all. And then we're like 60-degree angle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bus. Yeah, 60. And I slam that accelerator down. We go.
Yeah.
right up into the air.
Yeah.
Bex hits the duct tape on the bottom.
Smacks into it, and we go essentially like.
So you go up
We go
and straight back down.
No, we make some progress.
Can I back this up? I've actually just googled it, and tractor jumping is very common in Ohio. It's an Ohio specialty.
It is, and yeah, that's where I grew up.
And it's
in
all you ever wanted to be a champion of.
Streets of Ohio, and my day has finally come. So I catch my family member, because at the end of the day, it's all about family. That's
It's not about family for me.
That's the true winning.
All right.
And yeah, we
Roll a dumpster.
catch the cabbage. We we slam back down and
cabbage.
swerve
Over the
over the finish line
On activist
And win.
first.
And win.
and win.
Cool. I need you to make I need you to make a ferociousness roll because you're pummeling that acceleration brake. Acceleration.
More than Jess.
Words are not doing it. Yeah. Everyone just goes.
Apart from me.
So I've got my 4, and it's also obviously the tractor.
Yeah, you like this is just like Grandma's tractor back home.
And also like,
Your main conflict.
well, it's about being.
Grandma wasn't a well, she.
It's about
She
being.
didn't die
it's
by a
about-
tow truck person, so technically it's not about your main conflict.
Well, actually, when her grandmother used
No.
to get a seat, she also wasn't wearing a seat.
No, my main because listen. So because my grandma left my mother behind,
Right.
I was so conflicted about family. I didn't understand where I belonged in the world, and
Until
until now, when I realised. Family are the raccoons you choose.
All right. I like that.
Cross out this fast dialogue,
Family raccoons you choose.
Yeah.
Put it on the fridge, please.
Colour, really.
Excellent. All right. So that's gonna be 6.
These are going to be like 6 ones, I guarantee it.
And everybody there is just like holding their breath, and it's everyone
holding hands.
I don't need to hold breath. You can't breathe that high up in the atmosphere.
It's like that bit in Toy Story 3 where they're all holding their hands.
Yeah.
And we can't
crying.
really breathe because that takes a bit.
and that's going in slow motion.
No.
I did.
1, 2.
That's all we needed. That's all we needed. I mean,
then-
all we're doing is driving straight at a ramp.
That is true. So that's ferociousness. So you do blast ahead. You hit the ramp.
Okay.
I now need you because you're going to try and grab Bex.
Aren't I trying to grab the bus?
Were you going to try and grab her?
I think we're
No,
both.
we were just going to try and hit her. To be fair, literally all we were trying to do was hit her.
Smushed against the windscreen, just still crossing the line.
Yeah. Like, you didn't say anything
No,
about grabbing.
I threw
She
away my
literally just wanted to hit her.
Don't say alive part of the family, just said family.
So
What happens? Well,
Dead.
I still got my balaclava
You
rope.
had some scraps of it. They were.
Yeah, you do not.
Went no, and then hit the box for
remember
ages.
you did say it stretched out really long.
It
behind.
did, but then you
And so
gnawed
we
it.
thought, oh, again.
No, she gnawed the tape, didn't she?
I thought she gnawed the balaclava.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you,
balaclava.
trashed the balaclava. I'm sorry, mate.
When I was double sticky taping the car, I accidentally
The-
wrapped it around myself as well.
Right at the beginning.
That's why I was really bad at knocking off the door.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
Okay. So what we're thinking is we're just going up into the air, and like I'm just really good at aiming.
Yeah, it's try.
So we just
I don't know how I feel about this. Like,
we just think cabbage just comes.
Wait, if the bus flies high enough and she.
You can grab her.
She's
The
fine,
duct
so-
tape can just suck
I
it
think
to the
that we're
bottom.
just both gonna hit at the same time, angles.
So that's what I want to do. So
the bus is going up, and I'm gonna.
And she's already reached and she's already fallen, so we're like,
No, you must be falling. You can't.
yeah, I was going to say you're probably falling by now. I'm just trying to make it.
yeah,
please.
oh yeah.
So what I'm going to say,
Make it realistic.
chutzpah then for you, Roxy, and then rotundity. Oh god, words. For Bex.
I've actually had to do this before.
And that is
That doesn't
because
count?
it's the family thing, like finally feeling accepted. That sense.
Okay.
I'm
gonna say-
And I've also never really felt a part of my family because I was adopted. Remember?
I'm going to say you need 3 successes together.
Oh,
so
we
like,
could do that. How many have you got?
I've got 3.
I've got 4. Okay. Same time. 3, 2, 1. Smashed it. I got 5.
oh my god, yeah. It's like the ending of a movie. So like basically Rebecca, you're sort of tumbling in the air, like bits of tape falling down, and this, yeah, exactly.
And you can crash it through the little windscreen on the top. Stop your whining.
Yeah,
some of us are in worse states.
You're at the bottom.
Yeah, there's two in the bottom holding on to like the axle, and the two bits, and you just fly over the whole finish line, over this, and you see all these drivers looking up at you, and it's like ridiculous.
And the crowd's going wild. They love us.
They don't love you.
So intimidated that they drop out of the final race, and our qualification
Ruined
is our
the
win.
beautiful Surrey countryside.
And the other cars.
Yeah.
So it's clear that there's only one car that finished the race, which is this bus. That wasn't even at the beginning of the race. However,
Or was it?
was not.
No.
So what happens is that the organisers come out and there's a big conferring and go, well, we don't have time to run another race. This tournament needs to go on. So yes, by default, you guys win. Yes.
Raccoon bus.
And then there's a big sort of crowd and they starts parting, and out comes a very elderly looking raccoon.
It's a raccoon! Gambon's a raccoon!
And he goes, oh, well done, chaps. Gosh, this is brilliant. Oh, really good one for the raccoons. Yes, I used to do street racing in my youth, you see. And he goes, right, well, I guess, you know what? You impressed me all. Fuck it, we don't need the final one. You guys did it. Congratulations. Raccoon bias! And he goes back, and he comes back, and it's a very weird object he brings. It's a ridiculous sort of trophy, but it's a trophy made of bits of car that you have destroyed on the track. So there's bits of the suspension lights. There's like the crane of the tow truck over the top.
Nice.
But what you do notice is that it is very, very shiny. And he goes, here you are, this is for your troubles, and I hope you'll be back next year to reclaim the title of fastest drivers in the world. And that is the end of the one shot, so congratulations, you guys. Well, there you have it. Our stars in our unreasonably priced car have somehow succeeded in winning the race. Will they be back next year to hold on to their title as the fastest drivers in the world? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Roll credits. The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were Bex Lowe, Carina Werner, Jess O'Neill, Jackie Woodburn, and Rosie Inman. This episode's RPG was Crash Pandas, a one-page role-playing game created by game designer Grant Howitt. Crash Pandas is available to buy as a pay-what-you-want-for product on the Rowan, Rook and Descartes website. That's Rowan, Rook and Descartes.com. You can find out more information about Grant's other projects and one-page one-shots on Patreon. That's www.patreon.com/GSHowitt. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.